Hey everybody, welcome to Friendship Shaving. I'm going to be using a Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements brush, soap and aftershave balm today, and I'm going to be shaving with a feather style Shavette that takes a half DE blade. But first of all, I want to talk to you about the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements brush that I'm going to be using today. This is the Astraeus brush. I think this is fantastic. This is going to be a great brush if, like me, you like a smaller knot. Has a 22mm knot on it. It is a black coloured synthetic knot. And I love the clear lucite handle. I'm going to be shaving with Future Fiction today. An absolutely glorious scent. And as I said, I've got the matching aftershave balm. Well, in fact, it's a star jelly. So let's get going, shall we, guys? Love the shape of this. Been looking on the PAA website. And this little brush is styled on a made right brush, a vintage brush. Now it says that it's styled on a 166 brush, but I've just been looking online and I saw an it was an identical brush with a different number on it, a different vintage made right brush with a different number on it. So perhaps Made Right remade it or made it in a different size. I'm unsure, but this brush, the Astraeus, I think is just fabulous. It has a little bit of backbone. It says it has less backbone than some of their other brushes at PAA, but there is still a little bit of pushback. Now, I make the mistake when I get a brush, and I'll just grab another brush to show you. I make the mistake of doing this on the bony part of my hand. But of course on my cheek, which is a lot softer, there's a lot more give, I don't get that immediate splay. Now of course the brush is softer when wet, but there is a little bit of pushback, as it says. Now what I've been doing lately is sort of doing a half and half bowl lather come face lather. So I haven't got much lather in my bowl. I'm just adding a drop of water to this now. There is definitely a little bit of pushback, as it says, most definitely. For me, it's going to be a brush that I use lightly just to hydrate my bristles, and I think I'm going to be brushing the lather onto my face like I am now. I find it very much like the knot that it is in my Razor Rock 400 Butterscotch. I don't know if it is the same knot. This one is described, and I've got it written down here, as a micro super future knot. And because of that phrase, that's why I chose that soap today. Now the razor blade I'm using is a saloon half blade made by Crown. They are made by the Lord Company, made in Egypt. I've used them before, they're very good. It's the same one that I put in the other day, and it is styled exactly as a feather type razor that takes the Artists Club blade. I have one here, and the idea is that you can squeeze the back to release the blade, and that way you can put the blade in more easily. It does work on this one, but the spring on it is very stiff, so perhaps it doesn't open as easily as the feather one. But a half DE blade, let's get going with this. The head, because it takes a standard DE blade, is shorter, so that means there's a little more room for my fingers here. Now, I find that a little bit awkward, but I'm going to go with, I think, 3, like that. Let's get going. Been very interested to try this. Now, glasses up. Well, I tell you what, guys, that feels like a very nice shave so far. Oh yeah, that feels quite good. There was a difference there between the sides. On this side, let me put my glasses back on. On this side, I put the blade practically touching, well, it was touching my skin. Very, very smooth. This side, I had the top of the top of the razor just off the skin. So a little bit of experimentation there, but guys, I like this. It's very comfortable to hold, actually. Very comfortable indeed. And I do have lots of these saloon packs of half blades, so I've got plenty of half blades to use in this. Breaking my own blade in half didn't quite work. The little curves where it broke wouldn't fit in there, so it has to be one that's cut at the factory, so to speak. Do you know what, guys? I like this. I like this. Also, what I do like about these style of razors, that if it gets a bit loose, you can just take a coin or a screwdriver and just tighten up that action there. Yeah, nice razor. So, this is one of the ones that was kindly sent by John. It's the first time I've used it today. So yeah, very good. Very pleased. Thank you, John. Now I'll tell you where you can get this if it appeals to you in a moment. But I just want to talk about this brush for a little while longer. I absolutely love this brush. It's the styling of it, rather than the knot. You know, the knot is very nice, but I think the style of the brush is superb. It fits my slender hand very, very well indeed. Wasn't sure with it being so squared, but yeah, it is superb, and very, very pleased to have got this. Now, it did say on the PAA website that people are asking for 22mm brushes, so that was why this brush was brought out. I don't know who makes these brushes for PAA. I don't know if they make them themselves or they have somebody do it, but their brushes are terrific, and if all of their brushes were of this size, I would buy every one of them. So I do hope they will bring out some more 22mm brushes. Even if you like a bigger one, perhaps you'd be kind enough to write and ask for a 22mm, so I get some more. I actually love the fact that the brushes they are bringing out are styled on vintage brushes, and rare ones at that, and bringing them back to life. Now, I've looked for a Made Right 166. I can't find one anywhere. So that tends to suggest they are a little bit rare, but this has been brought back to life in a modern version. And did you know that Made Right were another company, another brush company from New York, from Brooklyn in fact. And there seemed to be, back in the day, quite a lot of brush manufacturers from the New York area. I gather Made Right started in, as far as I can gather, about 1943, 44, that sort of period. Now, oops, I'm just needing to stretch a little bit there. I could feel that just there. Feel the top of that blade just catching slightly. Not quite so comfortable going across the grain there, just as I said, the top edge of that blade just was catching me a little bit, but we've got no problems there. We've managed. Now, this razor was bought on eBay. From a store called Shaver's Delight. They have a website as well, shaversdelight.co.uk. They sell lots of stuff. Seems to be a very good store. They sell a lot of Windrose items, if you've heard of that brand, handles, razors. They sell Shavettes. They sell strops. They sell handles for straight razors, or the scales rather, washers, paste for your straight razor, lots of good stuff on there. So I've enjoyed having a look through their items. It's a little bit fiddly. I've not quite got used to it yet. I'm still trying to work out exactly where I want to put my fingers. Coming across the grain, I can definitely feel the sharp edge of the razor blade, much more, I would say, than you feel in a safety razor. But this is $23.99. And it weighs 80 grams, so it's not heavy. It's described as a Shavette straight razor, perfect starting razor. So if you're looking, that's where you'll find it. Now the other day, guys, I had a shave with one of my straight razors. And I was watching online a barber shaving somebody with a Shavette. And I'll just use the back edge of this to demonstrate. He stretched the skin, the barber, and he used this kind of motion as he went across, like a, what would you say, a buffing motion. I thought, let's try that. I've never done that. Let's have a go at that with my straight razor. Did it on my neck, going down like that. I even tried it going up. Didn't work so well going against the grain on my neck. Definitely worked going down, but it did give me razor burn. So be careful of that one if you see it online. I spent a few days rubbing stuff on my skin there. My face was okay, it was just my neck. Oh yeah, guys, this is another nice brush. Actually, it displays quite nicely. It's like a little bit of spring in the feel of the knot. I mean, I'm not splaying it right out like that. I mean, you know, I just don't do that anymore because it just drives the soap through to the end of the knot. You can see it's done it there from experimenting earlier. But just like this. Yeah, nice, really nice. Beautiful little brush. I'm so pleased with that, with all my brushes recently. So the next shave you will see me with one of my new ball bristle brushes. Now let's have a go against the grain on the neck. Keeping it very close to my neck here. Actually, this is entirely comfortable. Do you know what? That was great. That was really great. Now these type of razors, seem to stick a bit with me on my neck as I go against the grain. And I wonder how you find them, and it's just kind of occurring to me the last couple of shaves, because it's the same with my straight razors. What I normally do is rinse in cold or cool water, but I normally just run my razor under a warm tap to remove the soap. I'm just wondering if I ran the razor under the cold tap, whether that stickiness would sort of go away. Do you know what, guys? I think, let's try the other tap. See, in the cold water it'll cool the metal, whereas the hot water, I suppose, makes the metal expand, and I wonder if that has a difference on the skin. Anyway. Oh yeah, that feels... Okay, it's only one stroke, but I think that might make a difference. I wonder if that's what it is. I'm going to have to experiment with that. Anyway, I was about to say, I think once I get used to this a bit more, this might be a very nice razor. There's definitely an angle that you have to find, and I'm a little bit hit or miss with that, but on the whole, yeah, it's good. Ow! Now that was lucky. I'll take it back, I'm never using it again. What a thing to do, on video as well. I'm so pleased I didn't cut my top lip, because it would have been the length of my top lip there. Well, there we are. That is the Shaver's Delight Japanese style razor that takes half a DE blade. I generally think I do prefer the longer blades, the Artist Club style blades, and I think I like those because I like the soft guard blade, which to me feels a little more like using a straight razor, or at least some of the ones that I have. I know you can sharpen your razor on different stones and it will affect the feel of the blade, but nevertheless, that's a good little razor. Now, I'm all ready for my future fiction. Star Jelly. This is great stuff, this one's got a bit of menthol in it, which is good for the skin. And just to tell you about the scent of the soap, because I didn't get to that, it's lemon, bergamot, mandarin orange, leading into white musk, Jamaican ginger, white pepper, some vetiver, and then some heberwood, honey amber, black sage, Jerusalem pine, and peppermint in the base notes. So Future Fiction is an absolutely glorious scent. Yeah, really a great shave to date. Very nice indeed. Not bad. First shave with that razor. Very pleased. You take good care, guys, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye now.